Hello, welcome you all to the next video lecture of this session, that is fourth unit, EM wave characteristics. In the earlier lecture videos, we were discussing about the reflection of plane waves at oblique incidence. In that, we have considered the two cases, prominent cases, important cases, that is parallel polarization and perpendicular polarization. So in the last lecture video, we have seen the parallel polarization. Okay, that is how we have defined this polarization according to the electric field. So if the electric field is parallel to the plane of incidence, then we are calling that as the plane of parallel polarization. That is, okay, it is a case of parallel polarization. So if the electric field is perpendicular, that is like this. Okay, if it is perpendicular to the plane of polarization, then it is perpendicular polarization. In the first case, we have seen it is parallel polarization, that is electric field. So electric field, it can be either parallel or perpendicular. So depending upon this, we have defined the two cases. So and obviously the magnetic field will be perpendicular to the, that is electric field, as well as the plane, that is the wave direction, that is the wave direction. Okay, all these three are in perpendicular direction, that is propagation of the wave, electric field and magnetic field. All these three are perpendicular to each other, that is 90 degrees to each other. Now in this class we will try to take this case B, that is perpendicular polarization. So in this class we will try to see what is the perpendicular polarization. As we have seen the diagram, the first, how we are going to, first of all we need to draw the diagram how the incident wave, reflected wave and the transmitted wave is going to look at the plane of incidence, that is at the let me draw the diagram. The diagram, it is similar to the diagram what we have seen in the earlier lecture class. That is, we are having xz plane here, x and z plane, xz plane. So this is at z is equal to 0, that is, now this is medium 1, I am going to regard this as medium 1 and this as medium 2 here. As we know that it is characterized by epsilon 1 and mu 1, and this is characterized by epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 and mu 2. Okay, so now I am going to draw the incident wave like this, okay, which is incident like this, and it is making an angle of theta I to the plane of polarization. And similarly I am going to draw the reflected wave. For this wave we are having a reflected wave theta r, and similarly I am going to have the transmitted wave theta t with angle of theta t. So now we need to draw the electric fields and magnetic field. Now we know that the electric field is now in this direction. As we have seen the earlier class, the magnetic field is along the y direction. Now here the electric field is along the y direction, that is perpendicular to this board. Okay, now I am going to draw the diagram for this one. Electric field is perpendicular to this one, that is EI, incident electric field, and that is magnetic field will be along this direction. So like this it will be like this. Okay, now similarly I am going to draw the magnetic electric field here like this. Electric field, it is not going to change this polarization anyhow. Okay, the magnetic field will be along this direction HR, that is ER here. Next, similarly for the reflected wave, okay, it will be along this direction, that is magnetic field will be like this. Okay, this is HT and this is ET. And now the propagation vectors, this is KT and this is KI and this is KR. As we have seen the same propagation vectors. K is the propagation vector, we are having incident, reflected and the transmitted here. So this is a medium 2, this is medium 1, medium 1. And now I have to draw the that is the directions here. Okay, I will draw the projections like this. Perpendicular polarization, perpendicular this axis. I am going to resolve the components of the magnetic field here. As we know that the electric field, we don't need to have resolve this one because it is in the y direction. We don't have to resolve. Only we have to resolve the magnetic field into two directions, that is x component as well as the z component here. Now I am going to resolve this into two components. This is the hi here. Now I am going to resolve like this. Okay. Here it will be like this. So this is the cosine component and this is the sine component here. Next, similarly, I am going to resolve this one like this. Okay. This one like this and like this. This is the cosine component and this is the sine component. And similarly here also this is a cosine component and this is a sine component, cosine component and sine component. And as we have seen the diagram, that is theta I here. This is the this is angle theta I. This will become theta I. And as this is theta I can say that this is these are perpendicular to each other. I can write here 90 minus this is 90 minus theta I, and this will become theta I here. Okay. Similarly here also it is the same here. If it is theta R, this will become theta R similarly, and this is perpendicular to each other, HR and the direction of propagation 90 degrees. So this will become 90 minus theta R, and this will become theta R here. Similarly here also I can get here theta R here. So this is 90 minus theta R here, 90 minus theta T here, sorry, 90 minus theta T. This is theta T here. Okay. Now I have got all the components. Now I have to draw the equations for. I have to write the equations for incident, reflected, and transmitted. So I am going to make use of these three equations, and I am going to derive the same expressions what we had derived in the earlier lecture class. That is the transmission reflection coefficient as well as the transmission coefficient gamma, tau parallel and gamma parallel we have to define. Now I will write the incident wave here. Incident wave. Let me write here. Incident wave. So we are having incident wave electric field as well as magnetic field. So now here we know the general equation ER of t is, we can write ER of t, we can write here as E naught into e power j omega t minus k dot r is the general equation, k dot r. Now we are going to suppress the time factor. I am going to write ES here. Now suppressing time factor in the above equation, I can write here as ER of t will be changing to ES here. That is why, because we are removing time factor here. This time factor will be removed here, and I am going to write E naught e power minus j k dot r I can write here. Okay. Now I am going to use make use of this equation, and I am going to write this is AE anyhow, the direction of the wave here. Now as we have seen that so now I have to write this equation for incident electric field here. So now I can write here as EI of S here, EI of S, it will be becoming E naught. I can write here as EI naught. Why? Because it is the incident electric field into e power j k dot r here and into AE. Now I have to find the direction of AE here. So I can find the direction of AE by using the general expression what we have seen in the third unit, that is minus AE into AK cross AH. AK cross AH. AK is the direction of propagation. AK is the AZ here, cross AH. AH is along AH is along the minus. So AH is along the minus x direction here. Magnetic field here, the magnetic field is along the that is minus direction here, minus x direction. So I can write here as AZ cross AX is minus AY here. AE will become as AY here. Okay. Now I can write the equation, rewrite this equation here. Let me write the equation once again here. So now EI of S will become as EI of S will become as EI naught e power minus j ki dot r. I have to write, instead of I am writing ki dot here, I will write ki dot r. I have to write the equation for ki here. Okay. Ki is the propagation vector along the incident, that is incident here. So we have to see the diagram and we have to write the equation here. That is, here it will become like this. It is a sine cosine component and this is a sine component. This will become theta I here. Now I have to write ki here. Ki will become here as this will become cosine component here is ki into that is cos theta I. It is along the positive z direction az here, and this is also the positive x direction here. Sin, that is ki cos theta sin theta I ax here. Now we know that ki mod is equivalent to beta 1 because it is in the medium one. Now I can write here as ki is equal to beta 1 cos theta I az plus beta 1 sin theta I ax here. Similarly, r is nothing but the position vector here. I can write here r as r is equal to xax plus yay plus zaz here. Now if I make the dot product of these two, ki dot r, it will be becoming ax dot ax is this one, that is beta 1 x sin theta I plus, and this will become product for this az dot az is 1 here, beta 1 z cos theta I here it will become. Okay, now I can write the final equation for of EIS here. I can write here as EIS becomes EI naught. So I have to write here AY here also, EI naught into e power minus j k dot r here. Okay, k dot r will become here like this. Okay, x beta 1 sin theta I plus z beta 1 cos theta I. So this is the equation what we are going to get here. Now similarly I have to get the equation for magnetic field here. Okay, magnetic field, it is resolved into two components. Okay, now we will see the equation. So this is the equation we have to, so we have to remember this one. Now I will write the equation for the magnetic field HI of S. So HI of S will become HI naught it is the sine component and cosine component. Sine component is it is along the negative x axis, so it is a positive x axis and this is a negative x axis, and the sine component is along the positive z direction. Now I can write here as HI naught minus az cos theta I plus next sine component is along the HI naught into e power into sin theta I into az sorry, so it is minus ax here, sorry for that, ax it is along this direction and this is along this direction, okay, into e power minus k j into k dot r, ki dot r here. Okay, so this ki dot r is going to change here, as we know that it will be going to be same here. So ki dot equation is going to be same for this magnetic field also. So I can directly substitute that ki dot r equation for what we have seen for the electric, that is EI of S. So what is that equation here? X sin theta I, x sin theta I beta 1 plus z beta 1 cos theta I. So I don't want to again write the equation for again. So why? Because we don't have change for the ki dot r equation. Okay, so we have only change in the that is the components, the electric field component and the magnetic field component. So the magnetic field component is resolved into x and z. Okay, that's why we have resolved here like this. Now I can write finally the equation for HI of S is equivalent to my HI naught I will take as common here, HI naught into I can write here as minus cos theta I ax plus that is sin theta I az into e power minus j k dot r. K dot r will become as x theta I x beta 1 sin theta I plus z beta 1 cos theta I here. Okay, now so I can express this one in the EI naught equation, that is EI naught by eta 1 expressing HI naught in EI naught here minus cos theta I ax plus sin theta I az into e power minus j. So this will be same here, beta 1 sin theta I plus z beta 1 cos theta I. Okay. So this is the final expression for the HI of a magnetic field equation here. Okay. Now we will write the equations for this field. Okay, reflected field here. Now we will erase this one. I have to write the equations for. So this is not necessary for us now. Now I will write the equations for the transmitted waves. Reflected waves. Reflected wave. So for reflected wave, we have to write the equations for ER of S. ER of S is becoming ER naught into e power that is e power minus j kr dot r into ae. So this is not going to change here. That is it will be same. That is ae is going to be same here. That is ay only. Why? Because we don't have change in the direction of electric field here. So dot represent means it will be coming out of the board here. If it is inside, so the magnetic, we have seen in the earlier lecture that the magnetic field in one direction it is coming outside the board, and in one reflected wave we have seen that the magnetic field is entering the board. That is minus we have taken. Now in this we are not going to have change in the direction of the electric field here. Now ERS will become, now here we have to write the kr dot r vector here. Now kr will become here this one kr means this one. It will be like this, cosine component and the sine component, and this is theta r. The cosine component is along the negative z direction and the negative z direction, and similarly the sine component is along the positive x direction here. So I can write here cos theta I minus az here plus and sin theta I ax here. Okay. Now if I make the kr dot r vector, that is r means here r is the radius vector here, position vector, r is equal to xax plus yay plus zaz here. If I make the dot product of these two, I can get here ax dot ax is 1 here. So I can write here as I have to write here kr here and also here kr is beta 1 here. Okay, we know that beta minus for this one ax, that is kr is mod kr is beta 1 here. Okay, now I can write here as beta 1 sin theta I x here. Next similarly minus kr means here beta 1 z cos theta I. Okay, so now we have got the kr dot r vector. Now I can substitute all the things here. That is for the reflected electric field here, it will become er naught into e power minus k, and this one, that is x. I can write here as I had to write minus j x sin theta x beta 1 sin theta I minus z beta 1 cos theta I. Okay, so this will be the equation for the not beta I here, sorry, it is r. I am substituting it I here, sorry for that. R I have to write. Why? Because it is the reflected field here, theta r. Okay, see theta r here. Okay, now we have got the all the equation, that is the equation, final equation for the electric field. Similarly I have to get the equation for the magnetic field for this diagram here. Now I will erase and I will write the equation for the magnetic field here. Now magnetic field HRS, I have to write the equation for HRS. It will be becoming, so now the HR naught is resolved into two components, that is cosine component is along the positive x direction and the sine component is along the positive z direction here. Okay, now I can write here as HR naught cosine component is that is cos theta r a x, and sine component is along the positive z direction, that is HR naught cos sin theta r into az into e power j minus j kr dot r. Okay, So that Kr dot R equation is going to be the same for the electric field what we have taken till just now. Okay. So this Kr dot R vector will become as Kr dot R is going to be the same here. That is beta 1. That is x beta 1 sin theta R minus z beta 1 cos theta R. So till now we have derived this equation. We are going to substitute the same here. Now I am going to take the common thing HR naught here. HR naught I can express this in the ER naught equation. That is ER0 by eta 1 into cos theta R AX plus sin theta R AZ into e power minus j Kr dot R, that is x beta 1 sin theta R minus z beta 1 cos theta R. Okay. So this is the equation for the HRS. That is the equation for HRS equation here minus. So anyhow you can take beta 1 common here. I have not taken common. So all the equations you can take beta 1 common here. Now I will write the equation for the transmitted wave. Okay. I will erase this one because it is not necessary for this diagram. Okay. Now I will write the equation for transmitted wave. Transmitted wave. In transmitted wave, again I have to derive the equation for the electric field as well as for magnetic field. ETS is equal to ET naught. The expression for the, it is also in the same direction as we have taken, that is ET naught. I will write the general equation here, e power j kt dot R here into AE. So this AE equation, AE direction is not going to change either for incident wave or else for the transmitted wave or as the reflected wave. It will be the same here, that is AY here. Okay. This AE direction is going to be same here, that is perpendicular to this board here. Now I can write the equation for ETS as ETS is equal to ET naught into the direction AY into e power j kt dot R here. Now kt dot R is going to be the same equation. So I will write here kt here. kt is equal to for this I have to resolve this component like this, cosine component and the sine component, and this will become theta t here. So I can write here as kt as kt sin theta t, kt cos theta t. It is along the positive z direction here, az. Next kt sin theta t, that is along the positive x direction here, ax here. Now in place of kt I can write here as beta 2 here. Why? Because it is in the medium 2. Now I can write kt as kt is equal to beta 2 cos theta t az plus beta 2 sin theta t ax here. Now I can take here kt dot R vector here, kt dot R I can write here as kt dot R becomes beta 2 cos theta t az plus beta 2 sin theta t ax dot xax plus yay plus z az. Okay. Now the dot product of this will become beta 2 az dot az is 1 here. I can write here as z beta 2 cos theta t plus ax dot ax is 1 here, beta 2 x sin theta t here. Now I can write the final expression for this one. ETS is equal to ET naught into e power minus j z beta x beta 2 sin theta t z beta 2 cos theta t here. Now this is the final expression for the equation for ETS. Now I can derive I will derive the equation for magnetic field here. Magnetic field equation is going to be the same here, that is HTS is equal to HT naught and it is resolved into two components, cosine component and the sine component. Cosine component is along the negative z direction, x direction, and the sine component is along the positive x direction. I can write here. Cosine component is along the minus cos theta t ax here plus ht naught, and it is along the positive z direction here, cos sin theta t into az into e power minus j kt dot r. Okay, so now this kt dot r is going to be the same whatever the equation we have derived for the that is for the electric field here. Okay, now kt dot r is same here. Kt dot r is going to be the same expression as that is x sin theta t, that is beta 2 x sin theta t plus beta 2 z cos theta t. So this will be the same expression for electric field, transmitted electric field as well as transmitted magnetic field here. Now I can write the expression, final expression for here. HTS is equal to, if I take common HT naught, I will write here as HT naught into minus cos theta t ax plus sin theta t az into e power minus j kt dot r, that is beta 2 x sin theta t plus beta 2 z cos theta t here. Now ht naught can be expressed in terms of et naught by eta 2 here. I can write here as htfs is equal to et0 or et0 by eta 2, I can write here, and minus cos theta t ax plus sin theta t az into e power x beta 2, that is j, I can write here j sin theta t plus beta 2 z cos theta t. Okay, so these are the final expressions for that is incident electric field, incident, reflected and transmitted electric field here. So now we have got all the expressions for all the waves, that is for incident waves, reflected waves as well as for the transmitted wave. Now what is the next step we have to do? We have to take the boundary condition, that is at the boundary interface we know that the tangential component of electric field is continuous at the boundary interface, that is the tangential component of electric field and magnetic field, both E and H, are continuous at the boundary interface, that is at z is equal to 0, and we are going to set theta r is equal to theta a, as we have done in the parallel polarization. We are going to do the same procedure, we are going to adopt the same procedure of what we have adopted in the parallel polarization. That is, I will erase this one now, it is, the diagram is not necessary for me here now. Now I will try to solve, now our intention is to solve the equation for gamma perpendicular, that is reflection coefficient and the transmission coefficient for the perpendicular polarization. Now in order to do that one, I have to get we know that the tangential components of E and H are continuous at boundary at z is equal to 0 interface. Okay, that is, we can say that is ei of s at z is equal to 0 plus er of s at z is equal to 0, it is equivalent to et of s at z is equal to 0. Now we can say that the electric field in the medium 1 is the addition of the incident as well as the reflected field, that is equivalent to the transmitted field in the medium 2 here. Okay, now we are going to substitute that z is equal to 0, whatever the equations till now we have got. So we are going to take the magnitudes here, we are going to substitute z is equal to 0 on both sides, and we are going to add electric field in the incident and the reflected field, and add here ETS here. Now the components here, ET of s here is EI0 plus ER0, that is equal to ET0. So whatever the equation till now we have done, you just go through that and substitute z is equal to 0 and get the magnitudes here, only magnitudes here, EI0, ER0, ET0. Okay, now similarly here we are going to do for the magnetic field also, that is similarly we are going to adopt for magnetic field here, that is EI naught minus EI naught by eta 1. So if you go and look to the equations of HI, that is HI0 and HR0, HIS and HRS at z is equal to 0, we are going to get this equation ER0 by eta 1, ER0 by eta 1 cos theta r. So here it is cos theta I here, cos theta I, that is equal to ET0 by eta 2 into cos theta d. Now we are going to substitute cos theta r as theta I here, that is here this one, that is minus EI naught by eta 1 plus ER naught by eta 1 cos theta I here, here also cos theta I. Now it will be equivalent to ET0 by eta 2 cos theta t. Now after making use of this equation, I can write here as 1 by eta 1 common here, sorry, eta 1 common, ER naught, EI naught minus ER naught, that is equal to, here I have to get minus here, minus, so minus minus will get cancelled here, ET naught by eta 2 cos theta t into cos theta I here, cos theta I here. Now, so this is the equation what we are going to get here. Now what we are going to do here, I am going to, our intention is to get the equation for gamma perpendicular here. In order to do that one, I have to remove the equation for ET0. I have to remove this equation ET naught free. Okay. So in order to do that one, I have to make use of this equation, and you take this ET0 and substitute here. Okay? We will get the equation for EI0 to ER0. Okay. What I get here? Now I will get here as this equation ET0 is equal to this one, eta 2 by eta 1 cos theta I by cos theta t into EI0 minus ER0. Okay. Now we have got this equation, that is EI0 plus ER0, that is equal to ET0. Now I can substitute this ET0 in this equation here, that is eta 2 by eta 1 here, that is EI0 plus ER0, that is equal to eta 2 by eta 1 cos theta I by cos theta t into EI0 minus ER0. Now we are going to solve this equation, and we will try to get the equation for eta I cos theta t into EI0 plus eta 1 ER0 cos theta t, that is equal to eta 2 cos theta I EI0 minus eta 2 cos theta I into ER0. Now I have to make the equations ER0 and EI0 to one side here. So after doing that one, eta 2, I will take this one to this one and this one to this one here. I can write here as eta 1 plus eta 1 cos theta I plus eta 2 cos theta t into ER0, that is ER0 here. If I take this to the right hand side, okay, ER0. Next eta 2 minus eta 2 cos theta t, cos theta I, cos theta I minus, cos theta t minus cos theta I, cos theta I minus eta 1 cos theta t into this EI0. Okay, I will take this to the right hand like this. Okay, so what I get here, ER0 to EI0, that is ER0 to EI0 ratio, that is equivalent to ER0 to EI0, that is eta 2 cos theta I minus eta 2 cos theta I minus eta 1 cos theta t by eta 1 eta 2 cos theta t minus eta 1 cos theta I. Okay, so that is what the equation I am going to get here. So this is cos theta I, theta I, and this is theta t. Okay, so after changing this equation, I am going to get this one, theta and theta t. Now, so this equation is equivalent to gamma perpendicular. So gamma perpendicular is equal to, we have got this equation. Now similarly, I have to get the equation for tau perpendicular. That is, tau means the transmission coefficient here. As we have calculated gamma as the reflection coefficient, similarly we will try to calculate the equation for the reflection, that is transmission coefficient here. So in order to do that one, so here we have got the equation, final equation as ER0 is equal to gamma perpendicular into EI0. Okay. Now we will try to calculate for the tau here, that is EI0 plus ER0, that is equal to ET0. As we have taken this equation, similarly we have to take the another equation what we have taken in terms of eta1 and eta2. I will take this one and I will add it like this here, EI0 plus ER0. Now I have to remove reflection coefficient, that is this term from this one. I have to make this equation free of reflection coefficients. So in order to do that one, I will do like this, eta1 by eta2 cos et0 into cos theta t by cos theta t by cos theta I here. Now I am going to add these two equations here. 2ei0, that is equal to et0 plus eta1 by eta2 et0 cos theta t by cos theta I here. We have changed the sketch here. Okay. That is, if I take the LCM here, 2ei0 eta2 cos theta I into et0 plus eta1 et0 cos theta t by eta2 cos theta I. Okay. Now I will set this to the right hand side. What I get here, 2 into EI0 into eta2 cos theta I, that is equal to eta2 cos theta I plus eta1 cos theta t into et0. Now I have to take the ratio of et0 to EI0. Okay. So what I get here, if I take the ratio here of et0 to EI0, that is et0 to EI0 here, if I make use, that is 2 eta2 cos theta I by eta2 cos theta I plus eta1 cos theta t. So this is the equation for tau perpendicular. Okay. So tau perpendicular, we have got the equation, that is tau perpendicular is equal to et0 to EI0, that is I can write here as et0 is equal to tau perpendicular to EI0. I can write here. Now similarly, if I substitute the equation, so this equation, that is the collective equation, that is gamma perpendicular and the tau perpendicular, whatever till now we have derived, they are called as Fresnel's equations. Fresnel's equation, as we have derived gamma parallel and gamma tau parallel, so those equations are also termed as the Fresnel's equations here, and these equations are also termed as Fresnel's equation. Now we will try to show that 1 plus gamma perpendicular is equal to tau perpendicular. Okay. So we will try to show that one. Okay. As we have proved that in the earlier class, parallel polarization, we will try to prove here also, that is 1 plus tau perpendicular is equal to gamma perpendicular is equal to, we will see what the equation become, 1 plus eta2 cos theta I minus eta1 cos theta t by eta2 cos theta I plus eta1 cos theta t. If I make use the LCM here, what I get here, 2 into eta2 cos theta I by eta2 cos theta I plus eta1 cos theta t. So that is what here, that is equivalent to tau perpendicular here. Okay, that is 1 plus gamma perpendicular is equal to, we have got the equation as 1 plus gamma perpendicular is equal to tau perpendicular. So that is the equation what we are going to. Suppose now if you are going to set these theta I and theta t equations to 0, if we put here theta I, theta t equal to 0 in the gamma perpendicular as well as tau perpendicular, we will get the same expression, that is gamma perpendicular as eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1 here, and similarly tau perpendicular I will get here as 2 into eta 2 by eta 2 plus eta 1 I will get here. The same expressions what we have got in the earlier sessions. Now we are going to say that where the case we have to take the case where reflections are going to not going to occur here. That angle we need to find. That angle is known as Brewster angle. So as we have derived the Brewster angle in the parallel polarization, we will try to derive the Brewster angle in perpendicular polarization also. The thing is, we have to do the same procedure what we have adopted for the parallel polarization. So here what I am trying to do here, I am going to say that the gamma perpendicular is equal to 0, that is the reflection coefficient is equal to 0, that is ER is equal to 0. That is what I am going to do here, okay. And setting theta I is equal to theta B perpendicular, as we have done, as we have set the equation in the previous, that is theta I as theta B parallel, we are going to set theta I is equal to theta B perpendicular. So that is how we are going to calculate the equation for the Brewster angle theta B perpendicular. Okay, now so for the case where no reflections, or the condition we can say the condition where, so that is we are going to set gamma perpendicular to 0, as we have set gamma parallel to 0, same we are going to do the same here, that is ER0 to EI0 is equal to 0 means we are going to get ER0 is equal to 0, that is in the numerator part equal to 0 here, that is eta 2 cos theta I minus eta 1 cos theta t equal to 0, and if we are going to set theta I is equal to theta B perpendicular, then that angle is called Brewster angle, okay. So the angle where no reflections, that is where the incident angle where the reflections are going to be 0, that angle is known as the Brewster angle. That is, we are going to say theta I to theta B perpendicular here, B perpendicular, theta B perpendicular, as we have set theta I is equal to theta B parallel in the previous case. Now here we are going to set this one. Now what I get here, that is eta 2 cos theta I minus that is equal to eta 1 cos theta t here. Now squaring on both sides, we are going to do the same procedure here. So we will try to remove make this equation in terms of sign here. To do that one, we have to get square here. We have to squaring on both sides here. Squaring on both sides, what I get here, eta 2 square cos square theta I into eta 1 cos square theta t. So I can write here eta 2 1 minus sin square theta I into eta 1 into cos 1 minus cos square sin square theta t here, okay. Now already we know the equation for sin theta t here. Now we know that sin theta t, I will erase this one. Sin theta t is equal to, we know from Snell's law, sin theta t is equal to that is eta 1 n1 by n2 into sin theta I here, sin theta I. So that is we are going to set to n1 by n2 as sin theta b perpendicular, okay, in this equation, okay. Now I am going to substitute this one here. If I square this one, sin square theta t is equal to eta 1 by eta 2 n1 by n2 sin square theta b perpendicular. So substitute that one in this equation here. What I get here, eta 2 square into 1 minus, here substituting theta I to theta b perpendicular, sin square theta b perpendicular, that is equal to n1 by n2 whole square, sorry, here eta 1 into 1 minus n1 by n2 whole square into sin square theta be perpendicular here. Okay, I will change the sketch here. Now for this equation, after writing this equation, I will change this equation to, I will multiply here, that is eta 2 square into eta 2 square minus eta 2 square sin square theta be perpendicular, that is equal to eta 1 minus eta 1, it is square, I think, yeah, square, okay, yeah, square eta 1 square into n1 by n2 whole square into sin square theta be perpendicular here. Now similarly, now I will change this to right hand side, I will take this to the left hand side, and I will try to calculate what happens. Let us see what happens. Eta 2 square minus eta 1 square. Why? Because sin square theta b we need to here. Okay. Eta 2 square sin square theta b perpendicular minus eta 1 square into n1 by n2 whole square into sin square theta b perpendicular. Now I have to make the common here. Eta 2 square minus eta 1 square into n1 by n2 whole square into sin square theta be perpendicular here. Okay. Now I want this equation, that is sin square theta be perpendicular here, this equation. So this equation I can get right here as sin square theta be perpendicular is equal to eta 2 square minus eta 1 square by eta 2 square minus eta 1 square into n1 by n2 whole square. I will write like this. Okay. So I am going to get the equation like this here. Now I am going to substitute the equation of eta and eta. Okay. We know that eta 2 is equal to square root, that is square root of this one I will get. Okay. Square means eta mu 2 by epsilon 2 here, and similarly eta 1 square is equal to, I can write here mu 1 by epsilon 1. Why? Because eta is equal to what? Square root of mu by epsilon here. Okay. Now similarly n1, as n1 we know here, n1 is equal to mu 1 epsilon 1 square here, that is and n2 is equal to mu 2 so it is 1 by, okay. So refractive indices. Okay. So we are going to substitute the values here. So after substituting, what I get here, mu 2 by epsilon 2 minus mu 1 by epsilon 1 by mu 2 by epsilon 2 minus mu 1 by epsilon 1, and n1 and n2 we know, that is mu 1 into epsilon 1 by mu 2 into epsilon 2 here. So this is what we get here. Okay. Now after doing this one, I will try to calculate here, that is what are the calculations are there. If any yes, I can get cancelled here. I will get it can be cancelled here. That is mu 2 by epsilon 2 minus mu 1 by epsilon 1, and mu 2 by epsilon 2 minus mu 1 square by mu 2 into epsilon 2 here, okay. Now if I take the LCM, I can write here as mu 2 into epsilon 1 minus mu 1 into epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into epsilon 2. Similarly, I can write here as mu 2 square into epsilon 2 minus mu 1 square into epsilon 2 here, and I can write here as mu 2 into epsilon 2 square here. If I take the LCM, and I can write the equation in this manner. Okay. That is I can write here as mu 2 epsilon 1 minus mu 1 epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 epsilon 2 into mu 2 epsilon 2 square by mu 2 square epsilon 2 minus mu 1 square minus mu 1 square into epsilon 2. So this cancels here. After doing this one, I can write here so what I get here, here mu 2 epsilon 1, that is mu 2 epsilon 1 minus mu 1 epsilon 2 into, I can write here as mu 2 here, we will get mu 2 here into epsilon 2 by here I can write epsilon 1 I will get here, that is epsilon 1 into mu 2 square minus epsilon 2 minus mu 1 square into epsilon 2 I will get here. So now I will take the common here from this equation, that is from this equation I will take mu 2 epsilon 1 common here, that is mu 2 epsilon 1 I can get here, that is 1 minus mu 1 epsilon 2 by mu 2 epsilon 1 by, similarly here also epsilon 1, that is I can get the equation, I will write the equation. Yeah. So epsilon 1. So after doing this one, we are going to. So I can take common here epsilon 2 also, epsilon 2. So here epsilon 2 I will get here epsilon 2 into mu 2 square. Mu 2 square I will take common here. Mu 2 square into 1 minus mu 1 by mu 2 whole square I can write here. I can write here into mu 2 square here. So if I take cancellation I can do here epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 2, epsilon 1, epsilon 1 here, and I can write here, here I have got mu 2 also, mu 2 into mu 2, I have forgot to write here mu 2 here, mu 2 I have taken common, I will get mu 2 square here, mu 2 square, so this mu 2 square will get cancelled here. Now after doing these calculations I get the equation in terms of, I can write this equation in terms of, that is sine square theta b perpendicular is equal to 1 minus this one, 1 minus mu 1 epsilon 2 by mu 2 epsilon 1 by, I can write here as 1 minus mu 1 by mu 2 whole square I can write here. Now as we know that we have substituted one condition in the previous calculation, we have to do the same here for non-magnetic media. For non-magnetic media we have taken that mu 1 is equal to mu 2 is equal to mu 0 here. As we do, if I apply that one, so this will be becoming 0 here. So that's why it is not going to exist here. Okay, so that's why we are not going to take this condition here, that is sine square theta b perpendicular, it will be equal to infinity. Okay, it will change to infinity. Okay, so we can't take that condition because 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, so 1 minus 1 will become 0 here. So there is 1 by 0 is something is infinity here. So we are not going to do that one because sine of the angle is never greater than 1 here. So we are not, this condition is not satisfied here. Now if mu 1 is not equal to mu 2 and epsilon 1 is equal to epsilon 2, this will become 1 here. Now I can write here as sine square theta b perpendicular is equal to 1 minus mu 1 by mu 2 by 1 minus mu 1 by mu 2 whole square. So I can write here this one 1 minus mu 1 by mu 2 as 1 minus mu 1 by mu 2 into 1 plus mu 1 by mu 2. Okay, this one will be cancelled. So now I can write here as mu 2 by mu 1 plus mu 2, that is sine square theta b perpendicular. Now I can write the final expression for this sine square theta b perpendicular as that is sine theta b perpendicular as square root of mu 2 by mu 1 plus mu 2. So from this sine square theta b perpendicular I can get the cos square theta b perpendicular, that is 1 minus this I have to do, that is cos square theta b perpendicular, I can write here as 1 minus sine square theta b perpendicular, that is 1 minus this one, that is mu 2 by mu 1 plus mu 2, that is I can get as 1 by mu 1 plus mu 2 here. Now I can write here as cos square cos theta b perpendicular is equivalent to square root of mu 1 by mu 1 plus mu 2 here. Similarly, now if I take the ratio cos to sine to cos here, I will get here as tan theta b perpendicular. Tan theta b perpendicular is equivalent to sine by cos here. I will get here square root of mu2 by mu1 here. Okay, square root of mu2 by mu1. Why? Because mu1 plus mu2 will get cancelled here. So now this tan theta b parallel is perpendicular is nothing but the Brewster angle. Okay, so you can express Brewster angle in terms of sine, cosine, or in terms of tan also. Okay, any one of these treated as the Brewster angle here, we can calculate the Brewster angle. So although we have got the theoretical calculation of this Brewster angle, but the practical application of Brewster angle is rarely possible in it is not possible in practice. So that is what we have to conclude. So in the previous tan theta b parallel, we have taken that Brewster angle is going to be valid both theoretically as well as practically we are going to apply. But whereas for the perpendicular polarization, this Brewster angle is, even though it is possible theoretically, but practically it is not possible. Okay, so that is what here we have to conclude. So here we will stop this lecture video. So in the next class video lecture, we will try to do some problems on this that is reflection of plane waves on that is on oblique incidence, and we will try to solve some problems, 2 or 3 problems. After that, that is by this we are going to finish the 4th unit by after solving some problems. Okay, so we'll stop here. All of you take care. Bye, and try to subscribe my channel. If at all if you are having any doubts or any queries, please feel free to ask or comment me, and try to follow, try to mail me if at all if you are having any doubts. That is Rahman 394@gmail.com. So if at all if you want any PDF relating to these topics or any derivation related to these topics, you can mail me, and I will send you my hard copies or the PDF copies of these lecture classes what I have taken. So feel free to contact me. So all of you take care. Bye. Okay.